We're in, we're live. We're in. Oh, it's chilly. It's chilly. What am I looking for? Need to connect my headphones. Connected. $17 view in the chat. Good evening, everybody. Link down below for Discord, by the way. So come and join if you want. There's a chance to chat and ride if you so wish. There's also a chance to text and ride if you so wish. An abundance of things. Oh, there's a wow. There's loads of people to join actually. So dropped a message in there. Boom. Oh, we have a couple of people on Trons. Couple of people on Trons. I feel like I'm becoming the king of multitasking now. I'm like catching up on I was going to ask, is it possible for you to do a scheduled Zwift event? The ones on Zwift Companion that you enter rather than joining a meetup? I can't actually do that because Zwift won't give me my own event. And rightly so, really, because I'm only small time. Hey, no worries, Jason, no pressure. Tron's bringing a surprise, yeah. I think Nigel Mansell's have peaked out, man. How do people get invited to this? Well, number of ways. Mainly by email. We've got an email list of 75 people. But that's going to the Discord's going to kind of replace that. So we'll, in the end, everything will just be switched over to Discord. And we'll just be able to do this inviting thing a lot easier. Until Zwift recognises. Until we push people out of line. Hey, we've got a new addition to our meme channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to join the Discord server. Kev's the only one in the team car at the minute. We've got a team car channel, voice channel. Kev's also riding this evening, so multiple things going on all at once. Yeah, I'm planning on these weekly spin diesel. I'm planning one for the Wednesday evenings to just chat about, well, the WTRL league that happened last night, and also it's more of a casual one on a Wednesday, and then a Saturday is more of a racy one, or more of a bit of a harder one. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know what I mean. Sorry, I pedal a bit faster. I can say I'm getting loads of notifications from the Discord chat, so it looks like a load of you are joining, which is brilliant. Thank you. Let yourselves be known. You can introduce yourselves. There's no problem at all. You all know each other mainly from the chat on YouTube, so. No worries, Rich. No worries. It's a nice small group this evening, isn't it? That means I don't have my hands full. Yeah, 1 watt per kilo. Look, I start at the back. Look. Why am I starting at the back? I'm going to try and keep on top of all of this now. Oh, no. Evening. Oh. Me and Theo are getting dropped. Yeah, talk to me about the WTRL. Yeah, the WTRL league last night was phenomenal. How fast was it? It was crazy fast. Oh, we're gonna get back on. Yeah, there goes the slingshot. Funny enough, I caught up on Pritchard's live stream this afternoon. It was brilliant. Not least claiming that I'm on some kind of drug. Typical Pritch. I'm sorry for those of you who can't believe in miracles. It's a great event, a great sporting event. And that's my Lance Armstrong impression. No worries. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, what were we asking for? It was just great to have Pritch there, to be honest. It's a shame he didn't finish, you know, because if he finished, there would have been one extra point. And it's funny because he said, you know, one point, like, what difference does 1 point make? Well, actually, his point that he didn't accumulate last night adds on to the point that Cameron didn't get either, because he pulled out 2 weeks ago, and Matt, when you pulled out 2 weeks ago, so that's 3 points you've effectively just thrown away. So, yes, Rich, it's not 1 point, but it does add up. Mechanical or DR2, I ride mechanical. No reason why. Probably because, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Am I not interested in the hour with Alex? What hour with Alex? I know he's going for the hour record. That's funny, Jordan. Oh, you're on fire last night, Matt. Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, pressure's on now to these other guys for their next races because they're all flat. Thank you, vegan. I saw your comment. Thanks. I'm gonna jump onto Discord now for a second. See who's on there. Although this is going to be a scary amount of multitasking here. Good evening. I think I've got too much on my hands. It's good though, because for the most part, everybody's watching the stream, so. Ah, got it. Yeah, that's a great idea. How do you feel to do if you attended the hour? How much benefit did VC get? How do you do if how do you feel you would do if you attended the hour? Well, I don't know actually, because I'm like a secret hidden weapon, I think, when it comes to a time trial or any kind of. At the end of the day, you just need to be aerodynamic and put out a lot of power. So I wouldn't be surprised if I actually did a fairly sound attempt at the hour record. And that's a genuine thing, maybe. Although difficult, you know, difficult to actually like. Difficult to say that when you just sat behind a TV screen. Maybe I could beat the hour record uphill. Yeah, sure, vegans are athlete. Oh, we've got two groups again, two natural groups. A Zwift hour record. I don't think there is a Zwift Everesting record. Oh no, we've got the climb. Hey Josh. I think there is, Matt. I think there is an hour van record. I think Coddido's got it, hasn't he? Oh, no worries, Ryan. You can depart. Oh, Johnny. Johnny. Maybe DJ. Apologies. Oh, the rubber band's got its work cut out tonight. Ah, cheers, Jordan. I think you've got to put it into comparison, haven't you, with the group that I was sprinting with, because I didn't have much rest either coming into that sprint, or well, as much rest as the people in that group. But yeah, I think like the group behind that Matt was in, the group was like 40. Am I right in that saying that, Matt? Was it quite a big group? So, you know, it would have been great for you to have that kind of, you know, ability to sit in a bit more than me in a group of 10. And for you to take the win in your group was great. So I think that was sort of breaking the hour record. Yeah. The team time trial is not exactly our strength. No, to be fair, we had a power dropout with one rider early on that messed up our kind of strategy, but then we're definitely getting better. I think it's a case of just obviously working together as a group every week a little bit better, and it just every week we get more smooth. Yeah, definitely. Those will beat the hour record. It's just how it stands. How long it stands for after he beats it is the thing. Ah, nice one, Josh, nice one. Remember though, it needs to be a steady state effort. Yeah, I heard he said 360 watts for the hour. And now he needs to do what, 400? Yeah, Niels is loving the Discord chat. Fair play. When I sprint on Zwift Vegan, I usually like get my legs turning like really fast, and then spike the power just as I dump the gears down, so that I'm already like at a good speed before I kick properly. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but how quick did I get to my FDP, Theo? You mean over the years? I might go for the hour record outside. I love the fact that people haven't criticised Campenas for doing it at altitude because it's quicker, and yet people are quick to criticise Jonathan Schubert for doing his 3 hour or sub 3 hour 100 mile in a tailwind. I actually did a video on that deal, but it might have got somewhat lost. It's taken me, so maybe, see if I can word this now. When I started like recording my power, like when I started working with power, my FTP was around about 330, and that would have been about 2014, 2015 maybe. And obviously my FTP is now as we speak, like 360 probably. But when I'm like fully trained, it's probably around the 380 mark, 375. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's increased every year. Sometimes by like 10 or more. Sometimes by like 5. But funnily enough, it's usually been increasing the same amount, like for the last 3 years, basically the same. And because I came into the sport quite late, it's allowing for that development. Whereas I imagine like a lot of young riders probably wouldn't see as much of a development if they started training when they were like early double digits. You know what, I think it's quite nice actually that like we're not actually chatting on Zwift, because the messages disappear too quick. I think it's nice to like have the live stream to watch as a side. I don't know. What kit am I wearing on Zwift? It's actually the Giro Rigo kit. I'll type it. How old was I when I started riding? When did I start riding? I started riding when I was about 15. I started training properly when I was about 17. When I say started training properly, I mean like actually structured cycling. Most of the time before that, I was riding maybe 3 days a week, having fun, going out on group rides on a weekend and just smashing it. It wasn't structured at all. I'd be lucky if I mean obviously gained fitness, but it wouldn't have been anything substantial. I do feel like I've made progress this year, Zach. I think what I've been able to develop is the ability to do the power I did to win the nationals outside of competition, and I think there's something about that okay, I'm not doing more power, but being able to do it when you're not on race day is like a different thing altogether. So I quite like it. I'm going to take that as a positive. Yeah, I could do 360 for an hour, Angus, yeah. When did I first drive an F1 car? When I was 2. Now, oh, the Giro Rigo is coming soon. What would I recommend someone to lose weight while cycling? Carb cycling. You love it, Bryn. Some other things are like, for me, I don't have to do fasted rides because I manipulate my diet throughout the day to not need that. But what I would say is, like, if you have the chance to, if you can do an hour in the morning fasted, it'll help possibly just get you in that little bit of a calorie deficit without doing anything else. I've sworn by the Vittorio Rubino's Robin. It depends how many, Peter, innit? It depends how many you do. So, take it with a pinch of salt. The fitness I'm at, I can ride most races at Zone 1 and Zone 2 and Zone 3. So I can do quite a few Zwift races. But what I'd say for a lot of you, who maybe end up riding Zwift races at Zone 4 plus, only do like one a week. I'd say one a week. How do we know when these rides are coming up? Ollie, there's a link down below to the Discord server you can jump into. Oh my word, the chat is going too quick now. Someone like you, Zach, you can get away with doing like more Zwift races because of your fitness level. Best natural cadence to power. If that's where your comfort is, vegan triathlete, 90 RPM, then stick with 90 RPM. You might... Oh, 100%, yeah. That's been on the list for a long, long time. Yeah, I think, to be honest, if I was to come up, I'd probably have to make a 2-day trip just for the recovery. Otherwise, like, one long drive would probably put me in a bit of a mess for a couple of days. Yeah, good point. Yeah. So how does one work out best natural cadence to power? My comfort is 90 RPM. You'll notice a lot of my base rides, like just going out and riding, are like 80 RPM. Yeah, I'll keep you in mind when I do it. I'd say, like, for me, whenever the intensity goes up, my cadence goes up naturally. I never have to look at it. So if I'm doing like a threshold effort, it might settle at like 90 RPM, but if I'm doing a VO2 max effort, it'll like naturally edge towards 100. Niels, it probably hinders me actually. What race you just done, Mick? Oh my word. Leave a little scroll there. You don't have to do a fasted ride for 2.5 hours, buy me. I mean, you can do fasted riding, you know, like Jam has described there, but you know, you don't have to do like big chunks of it. You can do like an hour a morning. Oh, 100% Jack. I'm glad you put that there actually. Charlie be on my case otherwise. No, but no joke. Like, it is actually completely different. So any women watching this, which I know there are actually, take note of what Jack has said. Yes, I was on zone 1 and 3 last night. But that's only one race, isn't it? That's only one race. However, I do a race on the weekend, but generally speaking, the longer the ride/race, the lower the intensity is going to be. Generally speaking. Yeah, 100% Zach. Behind you on that one. What do you mean, Josh? Like off the bike, or you mean like in cycling? Like have I got worse at something in cycling? Yeah, it's a natural feel. I mean, I've done plenty of rides, group rides locally, which I mean quite low intensity, but I've managed to do like 3 hours fasted. You know, they've literally been like 150 watt average, you know, very, very easy. Off the bike, I've become worse than anything. Sleeping. No, not sleeping. Running. Winding down. Cycling, I feel like it's a very, like, you're always chasing something, and it's very hard to, like, turn off. So, that's probably not the answer you're expecting, but mentally, it's actually quite difficult. A lot of it, like, funny enough, like, it's one of the reasons why I started the YouTube channel, because a lot of the stuff that's going on in my head, I need to get out, and that's why we do this. Lord is in the team car. He's going to stay anonymous. So, fasted chat is interesting, yeah. Low cadence training worth it? Yes, in the base phase. Plus, if your event demands it. So obviously, the closer you get to your main event, the more specific your training gets. That's probably the biggest important thing with any kind of plan, is that your training gets more focused on your event. So say for example, Jack, when I did the Tour de Stations, a lot of my training for the 6 weeks, 8 weeks leading up to it was like high end zone 3 with some low cadence work, because I knew that the climbs would probably require me to be grinding a little bit and producing that power. So at the end of the day, like, it does help. High cadence, low cadence does help, because we have those things that we come up against sometimes. Just like, for example, in the Tour de France, you know, Roglic losing the yellow jersey in that time trial. It's the type of going from, like, say 100 RPM effort on the flat and then hitting the climb at the end and going straight to like 90 RPM, there is a big difference. So no doubt they would have practiced that in training. Sort of, Robin, and we've gone off a little bit of a tangent. How nice and Jack. Funny enough, it's probably been about 3 years, but I remember when I started, my teammates were like really egging me to get on it, and I remember like fighting it for a long time. And then when I finally got on it, I was like, wow, this is actually better than I thought. Nice. Yeah, it's a massive community. Will I do simulations of real cycling races again? Yes, I will. Like Froome winning the Giro, you mean? Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it, vegan? We're on, actually I don't know what route we're on. Apologies. What route are we on? 30-minute climb, average grade 10%. What cadence would you hit? Depends what gearing you've got. Switchback Norway. Nice to have you here, by the way. I'm gonna say, oh my word, I can smell dinner. I'm gonna say, for me, for 30 minutes, between 85 and 90 RPM for 30 minutes. Generally, the longer the effort, the lower my cadence goes. Ah yeah, we're on the high line. I could do, Mick. Yeah, that's a good idea. Leave it in the Discord. I think I could. Well, I mean, it's only 1 week, innit? I'd also have to be in very good shape for that. I like that idea. I like that idea, Niels. Lord, you're saying anyone who's just got here. In other words, you. I'll have to rope. Yeah, I'll have to get the community to be part of that one. You could definitely lead me out, Zach. Yes, Mick. Oh, what? Finally. Oh, Ben, you're in the chat. You just see me typing all of that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of polarised training. Not to the certain extent that Phil Lovett is, obviously. Like, I am a big fan of it. But what I would say is I'm the biggest fan of specific training. And training the two too. What works for you might not work for somebody else. So something that really works for me is polarized training, and also high volume zone 3. That also works really well for me. So, you know, maybe you guys can share what you found works well for you. No, Josh, I mean, I don't know if you've seen my latest video, which went out just like 2 hours ago. But basically, like, with the hill climbing in September and October as well, which I kind of missed. But motivation wasn't there then, because obviously I couldn't race the hill climbs. But what happens is when you taper, you actually lose fitness. And of course, a typical taper is like 2 weeks. So I was tapering for the hill climbs. And once I tapered for them and I started racing them, I then realised that actually I'm not going to race anymore because of, like, I'm going to be put into lockdown. So I just ended up like not really like I mean, don't forget, like, this is the takeaway point is fitness is never stagnant. It's either going up or going down, unfortunately. And for the most part, almost every day I've been losing fitness since the middle of September. So that's the truth of it, really. That is the truth of it. Josh. Tempo and sweet spot for days, yeah. It's high volume zone 3. You can do high volume zone 3, yeah. Yeah. A lot of at the end of the day, like, you can't have too much base, so like it's why a lot of the time, if we're stuck between training for certain things, we'll almost always revert back to just riding along. Because you can do that and you can't really dig yourself into such a big hole, you know. Oh, cool, Josh. So you're basically going into the same as me. So you'll get a lot from the video that I'm going to post as well later on this week, probably Friday. Oh, thank you, Vegan. I am actually genuinely going to have a veggie burger this evening. You tell them, Niels. Cheers, Switchback. Hopefully catch you next year, maybe. 10 pounds with the broccoli. Yeah, exactly, Zach, exactly. The specifics is there. The specifics is there, isn't it? Yeah, 15 plus hour weeks is pretty decent, Josh. That's probably edging like 6 to 900 TSS a week, I'm guessing. Do I do ab workouts? No. Do I do core stability? Yes. I'm not an expert on it, but Charlie and her physiotherapist degree, and obviously my experience working with the medical professionals that we had at GLT, I don't do. In fact, I'll tell you a really fun test you can do to test your core stability, right? So if you get somebody, so if you lie down on the edge of your bed and you have your hips over the edge, so you've got your face looking down to the floor, it's a great test. Get, like Charlie for example, to sit on your legs, and then you've got to hold yourself dead straight like a plank and stop your face from basically falling towards the floor. Now, if you do that, time yourself, you might do like, I don't know, 30-40 seconds, and that's probably your strongest plane. If you go to the side and do it, you might be a little bit weaker. If you go to the front, right, so you've got your back facing the floor and you're looking up at the ceiling, my word, like I remember when I was only able to do like 10 seconds and I would just collapse because my core, to give it that term, was very weak. Still is now to a certain extent, but like it's important to remember that like crunches and the core work that you see on Instagram is not, yeah, how do we bore Charlie? Like core exercises that you see online are not necessarily good for you, like, because basically you are creating somewhat of an imbalance, and like when in the real world do you actually use your abs like this, like crunching in? You don't, and if anything it's exaggerating the problem that you have when you're on a bike, because when you're on the bike you're generally like this anyway. So what you want to do is work it from all angles and not do that sort of traditional stuff, so that you're able to hold yourself stronger in a way. Ollie, have you joined the Discord? I'm sure we've got plenty of people like you in the Discord now. When was that, Niels? When you were like 3 years of age? Work it, baby. Work it, baby. What can you do in the meantime to keep your fitness up? Whew, that's a tough one, Angus. And again, it's like bike fitness is a very specific type of fitness. Yeah, that's it, Zach, that's it. So it's like, it's a static hold. Well, it's a dynamic static hold, if that makes any sense. So you're actually moving. When I was actually, again, it comes down to being specific. So core, I'd say the best core exercises are ones where you get a bit like creative with them. Things like that with like a Bosu ball. Which is like a half medicine ball. They're really good as well. I mean, there's plenty of, but that book that I recommended on one of my videos, Tom Danielson's core advantage. That's really good. That's really good. I'll have to show you a couple of examples from there in another video. Just feel like I'm going to get a bit of stick from the form police or something. Not really, Lord. Just hang out if you want to. I mean, depends. If you see something fit, you know, if you think something, you know, if you think you can do something, shoot me a message. You know, I'm in your hands as much as vice versa. Ah, nice one, Stephen. Nice one. Nice to get a bit of variety. It's been a nice one, though. Nice one. Yeah, so cheers, Lord. Thanks for that little update. Oh, big sprint to the end there from somebody. You don't deserve anything else, Lord. Give me time, I'll sort it. Give me time. I probably won't be able to do it tonight. But no stress anyway. We're a pretty good group. We're a pretty good bunch of guys, I think, aren't we? Got guys and gals. So yeah. Ah. Doesn't look like anybody else is in the world. Yes, Robin. Nice one, guys. Thanks for the ride. Cheers, Kev. Ah, nice one. It was really nice to have Kev in the Alright, roger that. Nice to have Kev in a team car. Gonna catch up on everything else now. Anyway, the Discord channel doesn't have any mods. Agreed. So you can go hell for leather on it. Thanks for jumping into the stream, everybody. Thanks for those of you that are riding or were riding. Good effort. If you weren't riding, well, don't worry. There's another chance to ride again on Saturday. We might actually be having a bit of a giveaway on Saturday with our friends over at Performance Watts again for aerodynamic socks. Although they are actually bringing out other things which they may fancy throwing in some things for. So yeah, remember last time they did a heavy discount, but they also gave away a couple of pairs of socks. So yeah, if you fancy sticking around for that one on Saturday, you don't have to ride, you can just be in the chat. We will see what happens. But thank you for your company, as usual. If you want to carry on the discussion, that's what the Discord channel is there for. So Ed mode never ends. No, just for Ed heads. So get on board if you so wish. There'll be announcements. There's chit chat. There's like some memes on there that Niels and a couple of the other lunatics like to create. They're pretty funny, the ones that are already on there. announcements when we're going live, and then we'll have some other stuff in there as well. So it's been a good Q&A. I agree, Phil. So yeah, it's been pretty decent. Might try the video next time, as is Kev's recommendation. We'll see how it goes. Play around with it a bit, I think, isn't it? That's the biggest takeaway. What have we got here? Higher than average heart rate, to be expected, I think. I've got to shoot now because I've got to take the bins out and everything. Why am I not following these people? What's going on? What's the star mean? Oh, favorited. Anyway, our ride. Yeah, pretty steady. I think nice little evening calorie burn and 20 TSS, which is, you know, it all accumulates at the end of the day. It all accumulates. So, am I doing the WLC group ride tomorrow? Unfortunately, I can't. It was a choice between riding this evening and riding tomorrow. Weather looks good tomorrow, so I'm actually going to go outside and ride. I'm sorry, Pritch. I'm letting you down. Sorry, Mr. Dollhouse. I'm letting you down. Yeah, apologies. Can't make it this week. But I'll be taking them soon, apparently. I'm going to be taking the WLC group rides, which, you know, we might get maybe, you know, 8 people show up and do it, maybe. Only because I think people have this idea that we're going to be doing a hilly route and it's going to be really hard, but don't let that fool you. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up because there's too much content coming out right now. If you missed the video that went out earlier, it's up, it's already on. There'll be another one coming soon because I've already read your comments and you're all for it. Mustache update day 11. It's pretty good, have to say. And we also have this live stream which you've already spent like an hour watching, so I appreciate your time. Like I said, jump on the Discord if you want to, and I'll see you soon. See you very soon. Cheers.